Hello and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or whatever time it is when you're watching this. I'm going to start doing more of these videos again. I know I've taken a break. Just been, obviously, I've been recovering from the coronavirus, and I just really been trying to get back into the swing of things for a while now. And I figure today is the right day to go ahead and do that. So this card that we're looking at right now, this is from the Kabbalah cards deck, which is created by Paul Bowen and Sylvia Gainsford. And I love this deck because the artwork really speaks to me. I love the artwork and the messages that every time I meditate or do readings with this deck, that it's just resonates strongly, and it's just like clear as a bell. But this deck is based on the Kabbalah tradition, which is a Jewish mystical interpretation of the Bible. So a lot of times, like, I grew up in a Christian home, and a lot of times when I do readings or anything, like, I tend to draw from the Bible or any Christian based things, because that's what I'm most familiar with, and I use that as kind of like my launching pad to kind of, delve into other realms, if that makes any sense. So this card here, as you can see, it's if you look at the middle, it's pronounced noon. And these two circles in the Kabbalah tree of life represent, they're called Sephiroth, or the spheres. And this is basically supposed to symbolize the different manifestations of the divine, masculine and feminine, that manifest in the physical world. So just doing like a quick overview. Like, there's a school of fish in a large body of water, and they're all headed towards the surface of that. If you look here in this little corner, you have like the Gemini symbol, and then you have the Hold, Sephiroth, and then you have Nezah, and then you have, of course, Host corresponds to Mercury, planet Mercury, and Nezah corresponds to planet Venus. And for those that aren't familiar, so this is the Kabbalah tree of life, and the Sephiroth are different spheres of or energy centers, correlates to the chakra points on the body. So the big circles that you see here, which it says the emanation, formation, and action. And there's another one here that's supposed to be creation. So these, what they call the world of action, the world of formation, the world of creation, the world of emanation. So this here represents the physical world that we live in. This is the emotional and the astral plane. This will be the world of creation. So this deals with the mind. And then this here is the world of emanation. So this is spirit, so the ethers, the higher self, all that. So yeah, I'm not going to go through like all of it because it's like a lot, as you can see. But so yeah, so what we're dealing with here, this is in the world of the physical world, and this corresponds to the right hand and the left hand. And it's kind of so reverberation and eternity, and then in the middle you have action. So, all right, and if you take a look, these are all the different Sephiroth of the tree of knowledge. Sorry, the tree of life. I'm thinking of one thing and saying another. So as you can see, Hold, which is the one that showed up on our card, is on the right hand. Nezah is on the left hand. So again, this basically dealing with the balance. The right hand is the masculine energy, or symbolizes masculine principle. The left hand symbolizes the feminine principle, or feminine, divine feminine. And they both work together to create balance. The tree of life is all about balance and of the divine and masculine energies. All right, so I'm just gonna read what the book says about this card, and then I'm gonna give you my intuitive interpretation. So it says, accepting the will of that which exists outside of your influence. Being open to ideas, the need to be directed to an end. Contentment, sincerity, being honest with oneself. Time to go with the flow, but not be swept along aimlessly by the current. And my initial impressions, again, so what really stuck out for me was the right hand and the left hand. When I first saw that, I just really, like, my grandma always has a saying, like, never let the right hand know what the left hand is doing. And for me, it's what's the nice way to put this? So it's basically about balance, about being balanced within yourself and kind of having faith in yourself and being able to not necessarily have blind faith in something, but just sort of have assurance and inner knowing that you're being guided or divinely inspired, like as far as like your path or anything that you're going through, or if you're questioning about like what's your purpose, like am I on the right track, like what's really going on with me, like what's the point of all this, like if you're really like going through this whole kind of existential crisis, then this is the card that's kind of just saying, hey, like don't worry about it, just have faith and know that you're on the right path, and go with, like, just kind of trust that you're being divinely guided, that everything will work out. Like if you look at a school of fish, right, in the ocean, like they all know instinctively how to swim together as a unit. And when there are predators that come, like a shark or what have you, they know how to, they'll scatter about and protect themselves by trying to, getting out of harm's way. But they know how to come back together and be that big whole unit again. And this is kind of like what stuck out to me about the sign of Gemini, is that Gemini energy is all about exploring, and like Geminis, they say it's like dual personality of like two different minds in one body type of thing, where it's like you have your mental and your emotional, because Mercury rules the mind and Venus is the heart, or your emotions, or things that you enjoy, pleasure. Mercury is all about thinking about reality and how do I make this happen. It's thinking, communicating, entrepreneurial. It's more realistic. It's more like, okay, I need to get a job so I can make money, so I can survive and support myself. And Venus is like, oh, what makes me happy? I want to be happy. I want to be fulfilled. I want to enjoy life. I want to be pleased, and I want to, have all of these creature comforts and yada yada. So you have these two polarities going on, and this card is just saying, like, you have to find the balance between them. Like your heart and your mind have to be on one accord, and you have to really, like, if you notice, like the fish are like swimming upstream toward like this light that's above the surface, or toward the sun. So it's like they're coming from like the depths of subconsciousness, and they're rising towards enlightenment. And it's like when you're on that journey, like being human, it's kind of like mirroring this like journey, like this school of fish are going on, because it's like we're all, you know, everybody, there's like 7 billion, like about 7 billion plus people on this planet, and we're all trying to find our way, like from the darkness back into the light, you know, and we're all traveling this together, but yet we all have our different journeys and different things and situations going on. So what I'm really getting is 2 things from this card is that, you know, one, you know, everything's gonna be okay. And it's a card of reassurance, a card of saying that if you just have faith and surrender and be still and know that I'm God. I had to throw the Bible verse in there somewhere. If you just do that, you know, you'll be fine. It's peaceful. You'll have inner peace. You'll have this knowing you can just ride the current. You know, you don't have to swim upstream and put so much effort. You know, life doesn't have to be that hard, you know, if you so choose. And then also at the same time, it kind of reminds me of humanity and how we're all this collective, even though we're all individuals and we all have our gifts and talents and imperfections and, you know, our good and our bad, but we're all on this journey, you know what I mean, together. We're all swimming together. We're all in this, you know, riding the currents and riding the wave and trying to get to a better place. And, you know, and it takes a lot of, you know, like, what we, like, especially with what's going on in the world with, like, you know, the pandemic, and, like, you see, like, really the best and the worst of humanity, and it's kind of like we're a reckoning, you know, like we're trying to find our way back towards this enlightened, you know, higher state, you know, instead of like going back down to the darkness and to the depths of, you know, the human ego. Like we're trying to, you know, rise up, to vibrate higher, to move, elevate, evolve, you know what I mean? So that's my best interpretation of it, and I don't want to make this a long video, but hopefully this resonates with somebody and somebody enjoys this message or gets something out of it. Thank you so much for listening to me. Be safe out there, wear your masks, shelter in place, be safe everybody, and best of luck to you all, and I'll catch you again real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.